All right, Cooper, thanks for joining us. I know you guys are getting ready for a big series at South Carolina this weekend, but let's look back a little bit. First of all, National Player of the Week, SEC Player of the Week last week for your exploits against Mississippi State. How did that sound when it came out this week?
Oh man, it sounded awesome, but I was just happy we got the series win because that could be a momentum shifter for us, and I was just happy to do it with my guys.
hmm You had the ankle injury earlier in the year. How is that now? Do you feel like you're fully recovered?
Yes, sir. I still tape it every game, but I think it's back to normal, and yeah, pretty much.
Do you feel like at this point in the season, without the injury, you could have been further along, or are you where you think you should be?
I think I'm right where I should be. I think God has a plan for everybody, so that's what I keep telling myself and telling these guys. So I think we're right where we need to be.
hmm Your home runs, the dingers against the foul pole, have been well documented now. Last weekend, when you hit one off the first foul pole, not unusual, but after the second one, you're running around the bases. Did you think to yourself, what in the heck have I just done?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know for me personally, I've never even hit one, so to hit both of them was kind of cool, and it's kind of a shock running on the bases. Honestly, I didn't really know what to think, but just glad that we could come back and win that game.
hmm Tell me a little bit about coming from Oklahoma to Auburn. You made the decision to come to Auburn. Why did you choose Auburn, and are you feeling comfortable now? Obviously, you're feeling pretty comfortable right now.
Yes, sir. I think that you know, it reminds me a lot of home. So, and that's what me and my dad were talking about on my visit. And he said right when we stepped on campus, like this feels like a place that you could call home. And Coach Thompson, Coach Gross, and Coach Nonamaker all made it even better. And I couldn't ask to be in a better place in my life. And it's a blessing that God put me here, and I would do anything for these guys. So I'm just grateful to be able to be here and have this opportunity.
hmm When you say it felt like home, what do you remember about your visit? What felt like home?
It was the summertime, so it was just the weather, honestly, and like the community of people. Like I always think that Oklahomans are some of the best people out there, and then when I got to Auburn, it was the exact same way. Like the Southern hospitality is real here, and it was fun just to come out here and be able to see the field and tour the facilities. And actually a lot of the newcomers were actually here like working out this summer and stuff, so I got to hang out with them a little bit and kind of just bond with them already and be able to start the friendships that will last a lifetime.
Yeah, and it was good and hot, huh?
Yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit about South Carolina and what's coming up for the Tigers. People talked about Mississippi State as a pivotal series, and it was. And you
Yes,
guys
sir.
took 2 out of 3. But as far as the national scene and the postseason, uh, it couldn't be a better setting, I guess, to make a statement with number 2 South Carolina and then coming back for number 1 LSU.
Yeah, I mean this is a tough 2 week stretch, and these next two ball clubs are great and great programs, and I think it's a great opportunity for us to be able to show the country what we're all about, and be able to go in there and stay in the fight, and go to work and hopefully come out with some wins.
hmm You said stay in the fight. That seems to be, to me, the personality of this team. Even if you get behind by 6, 7 runs or whatever, you guys are always in the fight because of your offensive ability, right?
Yes, sir, I think so, and that's a big testament to Coach Thompson because he pounds that into our head, and then once it happens a couple of times, we start to believe it, and now we think we can come back from down 12. I mean, I think that there's no boundaries to what we could do as a team, and I'm really looking forward to the second half of the season, and I think all of these guys are. And when you have a great leader like Case and Howell and Bobby Pierce and Bryson Ware and Nate LaRue, uh, like we would all do anything for those guys. So I think that this second half of the season could be pretty special.
Yeah. You mentioned a couple of those guys, and when you watch the game the other night, when you watch Auburn play, you think about that offensive lineup. Just Tell me a little bit about that and what that could be like for an opposing pitcher to face one after another, guys that can hit a double or take it out of the park.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's huge. 1 through 9 that we can all do damage to the baseball. I think that the one of the keys to having a good offensive success is not being able to give the pitcher a break. So I don't think like even after the 1 through 4 hitters or 1 through 6 hitters, there's no break for an opposing pitcher. They have to be on their stuff all game because at any moment anybody in that lineup could pound the gap or leave the yard. So I think that's a big part of the success that we need to keep having.
Yeah, and you talked about coming from behind and that confidence, but what do you guys work on at this point? Do you want to get off to a faster start in some of these games?
Yeah, I think so. I think it would it would relieve some of the stress for everybody, being able to get out to a lead and keep pouring runs on, and our pitchers have been doing a great job these past couple of weeks, pounding the zone and giving us opportunities to win when the lineup sometimes hasn't given the pitchers the best benefits. But we're all coming together and looking to play a full game of baseball on both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm. South Carolina, I think they're 24-1 this season at home. Their only loss coming to LSU. They did lose one time to Mississippi State as well. What are you thinking? What is the team's mindset going in there? What do you have to do?
Like I said earlier, they're a great ball club and a historic program. So, and I've actually never been to Columbia, so I'm excited to get there and see their field. I've heard it's really cool. So, I think the guys are just excited for this opportunity. I think that's what we're looking at it as. And, hopefully we can get in there and fight and scratch and claw and come out with a series win.